Hey, this is going to be one more video to go for over 10 minutes, by the way. Fortunately, that sounds like going to be at 15 minutes of this video. But whenever, well, that could be combined to one of my previous videos into one. No way! That is absolutely combined to 1 hour video as well, for some sort of almost an hour for around here. And up next, we're going to be headed out to Amazing Rooms Comic Studio later as well. So welcome back right here for some more browsing user comics of Cookie Run High School. Where the last video that the previous one that I just completely rated for a little bit for one of those things as well up to here. That since that I just almost going to be at 15 minutes of like these things as well. And right now we're going to be continue for the last 6 of them as well. 5 or 4 of them, and whenever that we're going to be finding out whatsoever, and probably in for some sort of like some kind of reunion house like these things as well. I hopefully know some of the sprites and have just or doesn't absolutely going to be found there whatsoever, but nothing don't know one of those sprites, that the hidden sprites that coming from the studio crossovers, but I cannot believe it. This isn't going to be for some sort of like these. Let's go for the 4 of some sort of like those for the comic posters from literally Ema. Probably that absolutely it's not going to be for around something as well. Eventually, somebody did for other kinds of like those usernames who had just posted like themselves as well. Nothing before homework, and I wouldn't believe that even crossovers with some Cookie Run characters with a witch, and could be for around here, in which means there is latte cookie around here for some sort of a little bit featured, and for some sort of like these, it would be for around Sarah Belt Custard Cookie the Third from the kindergarten. I'm not pretty sure. It's not the kindergarten as well. Some sort of the elementary school or the middle school like themselves, I cannot believe, aren't absolutely for middle schools around here. Education might going to be taking over the world except United States, and nothing is absolutely going to be, we do not able to find out what is not going to be going to do so as well. So this time we're absolutely going to be reviewing for 5 more, except that because of the longer comics that causing the video to overshot for over 15 minutes. And let's get into it for one more. And looks like we're gonna be starting out for these some sort of like this thing as well. It was shared in December 16, 2024, and probably, I'm not very sure, this is only going to be for around here. And dorm rooms could be included around here for some sort of like those, until it's completely removed. I never be able to be mentioned for around here for these things as well, so I still absolutely going to be added for sure as well. And because this is absolutely for one unfortunate thing that finding for users of minute sprites isn't going to be probably exist for, by the way, and then we might able to be find out with user studio crossovers. So we're still absolutely going to be making that progress for around here, so I just completely reload and what I just going to be doing whatsoever. So let's start it from here, and probably that I decided that we're going to be rating 5 out of 10, of course. So let's get into the next one, the school disco, and probably the school dance could be for literally, it's not going to be the prom. That sounds like a fall formal to me. And that completely features around here for to do this. That started to play around and started getting a little bit crazy beyond with those things, like the band from the Flash Century and with his other band partners, and like anything is going to be for blasting musics like crazy rock over here, like those things. Whatever, that sounds like a Horizon Rocks radio for this time as well. So there's no description around here, and features cookies around like them as pretty crazy as well. So yesterday, that my last clip was recorded for over 8 minutes long, so we're going to be reviewing it fast before it's absolutely pretty too late for around here. So the characters can conclude Shining Glitter, Latte, Strawberry Stick, Sour Belt, Sorbet Shark, and probably for some sort of unknown thing as the Tangerine Tanhulu cookie, and there's Lime Cookie, DJ Cookie, Custard Cookie the Third, Sorbet Shark Cookie, and finally Strawberry Crepe Cookie for round as well, right next to DJ Cookie. And of course, that we're going to be starting as well, so here we go. And meanwhile, at some sort of crazy party, are you enjoying for this crazy party, dear? She asked. I am, Latte. I'm in my favorite party outfit, she asked. And another kind of group of friends already wanted up to the top. I really want the top song of the charts to play here, Sourbelt said. Sourbelt said that? Me too, she quoted. I can hear it play, she quoted too over here, for some sort of crazy kids have just came out for the party as well. Thank you for playing on the top song of the chart. That she said, Strawberry Crepe Cookie, and that leads us to the end for some sort of mini clips as well, and probably giving you for a 6 out of 10. That was a little bit for unnecessary as well. It was less good, but probably bad drawings like those things isn't going to be for such as a little bit as coloring or some sort of like the inappropriate stuff. Well then, let's move on to the next one. And probably that must be for the high school part 1. As before the class starts, it wasn't going to be, seems to be already as well. The first off, Shining Glitter went to her new school, but that the school outfits could be for the Japanese uniform or Japanese school uniform. And she says, "Where are my friends?" As Latte Cookie came out for its first encounter as well. "Oh, you seem new. I'm Latte Cookie, your new teacher," she asked. "This is your new class." That they went. "This is your new class," she asked, or she said this. She said, and I'm probably sure that they went up inside the school and going to be at the class 1B. And this is where you sit, and probably it was going to be for the perfect thing as well. And yes, those old jolly kids have just came around to be surrounded. "These don't look like my classmates," that she said. And one thing is really think, she doesn't want any kinds of like those things. They are rockless or some sort of for an unknown thing as well. It's okay to be asking for around here, as I'm probably very sure that you're going to be behave well as to do so, as pretty possibly that we want to do. And she wanted to meet their new classmates as well to become friends. And that must be a new encounter as Sour Belt has came to say hello, including Strawberry Stick. "Nice to meet you," she said, and that marks to the end of part 1, as I'm going to be rating for about 6 out of 10 also. And also, that must be for the students have the fantasy role-play game room. The fantasy role-play game room isn't going to be for some sort of like those things, is pretty possible. The pictures could be around for unknown emoji, this thing from Dandy's World, some kind of like those things for some sort of posters, and Hatsune Miku picture over here for as well. It was between like those things. The characters are Shining Glitter, Sour Belt, Strawberry Stick, and Latte Cookie. It was before the roleplay starts, whenever that we're going to be for about to do this. And finally, it was actually going to be for one thing as well. She's at the new school whatsoever as well. And that was it. And let's get back what I just tried to do that took me so many hours as well. And thankfully, that will be it as well for to do this as well. Until many more of those more pages will be coming up next in the future. After almost 3 hours of watching internet videos and added for some sort of sprites for some kind of studio crossovers and custom sprites from my content as well. I'm not sure, it's not my content as well, that I just completely recently downloaded a lot of images that my making the performance even got unplayable as well, even though that wasn't pretty much as well that I was extremely confused for pretty that much as well. Nothing that day was actually going to be for that I'm not realized that I'm just going to be doing like this, but I just completely resolved like just going to be doing for some sort of for more searches around the internet and spending so much time playing music every night when I not gonna be even possible as well. So probably he wouldn't able to be allow me for playing Minecraft ever again. And what I never expected that I'm just going to be doing. What I just wanted to do, what I just tried to do so as well. So anyways, that I just added a bunch of like those things from any kinds of stickmans and South Park characters like even much, including like less of them as well, or some kind of troll faces, even Roblox persons that I just recently added for some sort of like that stuff. As you're seeing this, and here's some sort of like a little bit surprise. Added a little bit of 2 automobiles and some even faces got even for some sort of like here in school. Whenever that must be for one thing as well. Let's just shrink a little bit closer as well. Added 2 Family Guy characters, 3 Family Guy characters, of course. And probably that must be for a few South Park characters over here. Even Cletus from Roblox. Added the Stickmans from Alan Becca, including a troll face and the Diary of a Wimpy Kid as main mascot, as the main character could be Greg Heffley over here. Right next on to the troll face behind that level 1B door, or the class or room 1B door as well, that I am pretty possibly that I just So even though that added some kind of a little bit of amount of things as well. Added Peter Griffin right next to 2 cars between Ford Flex and a Dodge Grand Caravan over here. Behind the clouds could be a troll face, and there's a Drake face. Probably for some sort of 3 stickmans have just dancing probably in one night per weekend month. 1 month of some sort of like this as well. Probably it's not gonna be per weekend, it's absolutely per month of those things. One day means it's gonna be for the next dance, could be for the next month. Overall, the fun isn't going to be for some sort of like those things. Have just absolutely 3 stickmans between the red, orange, and green. Even other side, for one thing, there must be Kyle between the Cletus in a classroom, or not the cafeteria over here. In front of this, some kind of a room, there must be a few South Park characters beneath Greg Heffley and Trollface. Could be for another that's some kind of a face person over here for some sort of like this. Or I'm not sure that I just gonna be typed correctly. And I'm not gonna be trying to do this even for like this. I won't be able to be finding out for as well. So we're not gonna be worrying about for those things as well. So that phase I didn't remember, that is from Alan Becker, and that I just added a little bit of wrong spelling as well for some sort of like this. That must be the silly Steven that I just recently added a cream puff cookie's face that Stewie Griffin was pointing at him as well. That says that absolutely for one thing. That it says that he says your parents will be absolutely going to notice you, said Griffin. And probably right next to Trollface, who's actually that he's seen him a while ago. And probably another a kindergarten student from the Powerpuff Girls, and it's right next to Henry Stickmin, and the middle was for the dog name Brian Griffin. But nothing is absolutely for another one as well. Agent Dobe. It could be for one thing as well. I might gonna be added for something as well, but probably not. So the farm sticks, it could be even for these guys over here, or even not as well. So that must be Hangman. I should have been able to be added for some sort of a little bit later on. And I quite fully didn't remember for some sort of like those things back in Alan Becker Comic Studio. So that is it for around like anything for around here for these. And of course, I got a lot of mistakes to do for around itself for a pretty long time that I just committed around here. It's been tainted by literally Emma. And probably it's found, I'm not probably sure, this isn't going to be for such as another reference. And I'm afraid this is absolutely for the minor adult content, especially Green Tea Mousse Cookie as well. This link is going to be in the description below, but the most likely thing that you wanted to do is you're going to be finding for main websites on the Comic Studio website over here to browse some comics, whatever you do, before it might going to be sometimes to get a little bit pretty sued around here, which means that I never thought, and it doesn't going to be for around for some sort of like to go anywhere as well. So something might be able to get sued in the future as well very soon. And of course, you might gotta be doing whatever you want. Especially, this is for their own child safety and botting, and just like Roblox, instead of adding for some sort of a lot of characters for even though as well. So, that was probably it, and you might want to be checking out to be at age at 13. And well, that must be going to be thanks for watching like it is anyways. I might gonna be seeing you in another videos as I'll be signing off. And the upcoming videos might going to be next as well before it's not going to be pretty too late to be closing down very soon. And then as always, I'll talk to you mini lads and Comic Studio users all later that here before as well, as I completely speaking too much by the way.